Donkey of the day for Friday, November 9th goes to a 69-year-old man named Emile Rateland. Now, in America and all throughout the world, people are choosing their own adventures, okay, in real life. Not in books, in real life. What I mean by that is people nowadays can be whatever they feel like. It doesn't matter what you were born as. Doesn't matter what you are. You can be whatever you identify as, okay? You can identify as whatever you want. Salute to all the transgenders and transsexuals out there. Salute to all the transracials. Good morning, Treasure. Good morning, Rachel Dozal. And now I don't know what you call this yet. I do know that many men get accused of not growing up, acting like children, a bunch of grown-ass little boys. And Emile Rateland is not quite that, but he is 69 years old physically. But emotionally, he says he feels 20 years younger. I think we all say stupid stuff like that at times. You can be 40 and someone will say, oh, how you feel? And you reply, like, oh, I feel like I'm 20. Or 40 is the new 30. 30 is the new 20. No, I don't even remember what 20 feels like. Okay, if you're 40 and you feel great and you're in great shape, don't chalk that up to feeling like you're 20. Chalk that up to being 40. And knowing how to take care of yourself. Age is great. Human beings put value on everything that has age except for ourselves. Aged wine, aged cognac, aged cheese, antique cars. We put value on all these things, but when it comes to each other, we act as if we are depreciating in value as we get older. No, that's not the case. But Emile hasn't gotten the memo. See, Emile has started a battle to make himself legally 20 years younger on the grounds that he is being discriminated against on a dating app. He's comparing his bid to alter his age to gender change. I can't make this kind of stuff up, people. Let's hear from Emile Rateland himself.
I feel I suffer under my age because I'm much more younger than my 68. So when I ask for a mortgage, for example, they say it's impossible. If I go on Tinder, then I get women from 68, 69. When the women are there. And when I'm on Tinder, then they say, okay, then you can lie for your age. You say you're 49. I don't want to lie. I want to be myself. So don't force me to lie. But when I'm really 49 again, I will have a baby again. I will buy a new car again. I will paint my house again. I'm going outside and I invest my money again. Because now I'm old man, I have to save my money to give to my kids so they can live. But if I have that age again, I have hope again. I'm new again.
Now, he's in court right now for this. And a judge conceded that the ability to change gender was a development in the law, and he agrees with Emile. A lot of years we thought that was impossible, but he asked the applicant how his parents would feel about 20 years of Rateland's life being wiped off the records. The judge said to Emile, for whom did your parents care? Who was that little boy then? Emile replied to the judge, my parents are dead. All right. He also said he was willing to renounce his right to a pension to ensure there were no unforeseen consequences of his age change. And at the end of a 45-minute court session, Rateland said, it is really a question of free will. Okay, so what happens when a 69-year-old man says that his emotional age is 16 and he starts dating a real 16-year-old? I mean, if courts start letting grown-ass men legally change their age because emotionally they feel like they are teenagers, can you really lock this guy up? Legally, you told him he was 16. They say you can't tell someone how they feel on the inside, and that's true. But we also know you can't turn back the hands of time. It's a lot of things we are accepting of in this era, but we're not about to make trans age a thing. All right? You're going to have that, you're going to have 15-year-olds saying they feel 18 and buying cigarettes, saying they feel 21 and buying alcohol. What about a 10-year-old who identifies as a 16-year-old and wants to go get his driver's license? Look, guys, aging is an extraordinary process where you become the person you always should have been. You can't become who you are if you are still trying to go backwards. And one thing you learn as you get older is that you understand it's not about what you look like. Okay, it's all about the person you've become. Emile, you're not happy with who you have become. You don't like who you are, because if you did, you wouldn't be trying to be a 49-year-old man again. And furthermore, if you're going to play make-believe, why go from older to old? Okay, if you're going to legally change your age, at least jump back to your 20s. All right, but you can't do that because you would look like the oldest 20-something ever. Hell, even if you get 20 years shaved off, you're going to look like the oldest 49-year-old ever. Did you see him on REVOLT TV? I was once told the great thing about getting older is that you don't lose all the other ages you've been. But guess what? You don't get them back either. Please give Emile Rateland the biggest hee-haw.
Now, this is equivalent to something that happened when I was in college. I dated a guy he told me he was 24.
How old was he?
He was really 27. He said he was in jail for 3 years, and those are the 3 years they took from his life.
Want his life back.
He was reclaiming them.
You can't reclaim your time. You're not Maxie Waters, my G. All right, it's over. Like, you're 27. Just like this guy is 69. You should not be able to legally change your age to 49. That makes absolutely, positively no sense whatsoever.
All right.
Can you imagine an NBA player being 40 years old but then saying, I want to legally change my age to 20, and then going out there and saying teams are discriminating against him, when the fact of the matter is, just because you say you're 20 doesn't mean that you have the body of a 20-year-old anymore and can play like you're 20?
Remember that one kid you gave Donkey today? He was really like 25, but he said he was 18 and went back and played on his high school team. You gave him Donkey today for that, too. He played like 3 years. He was scoring like 40 a game.
Well, that's because he was playing in high school against kids.
He said he was younger.
No.
All right. Well, thank you for that Donkey today.